So let's start in Sukhasana. Let's come into this nice little easy seated position. I'm just going to move more. It was a new moon last night. I slept terribly as well. I went to bed at about 10 and I was still awake, tossing and turning at about 12:30. Wasn't very pleasant. But it's very not like me either. I normally sleep like a baby. Okay, so let's just take a little moment to settle in, a little moment to come into the space. Any leg forwards that you wish this morning, whatever feels comfortable. And maybe just giving a few little circles through the shoulders. Maybe just a little bit of a rock from side to side. And then when you feel ready, just start to find that little bit of stillness. So maybe moving the flesh away from the sit bones, we can ground them down to the floor. And just thinking of your body as a little bit of a base. So sit bones, knees, legs and ankles, all making this little bit of a triangle shape as we get ourselves nice and grounded down into the mat. Perhaps closing the eyes when we feel ready to do so. And just bringing the awareness into the four corners of the mat. Just being aware of the space that you're taking up on the mat. And just imagining a circle of light around the mat. Anything from outside is just going to stay where it is. So just focusing on yourself, knowing that this is your little bit of time for your practice. Starting to pull the navel up slightly, drawing it back towards the spine. So we're engaging into our little energy lock around our belly, our Uddiyana Bandha. And just take a little bit of a lift up through those sit bones, so slightly engaging into the pelvic floor here. And then just gently tucking the chin in towards the chest. And as we tuck the chin in, I want you just to imagine a little pinhole just in the throat. And as you breathe in, just breathing in through this little area, and it's almost like creating a sound like the ocean wave. This is our Ujjayi breath, and it's a little bit stronger than your usual breath. So as you inhale, listening to that breath as it comes in. Take a little pause. And then exhale through this little pinhole, making this little contraction. And it's like the sound of an ocean wave, Darth Vader breath. So as I say, just a little bit stronger, a little bit cleansing. And just using the breath to get us into our rest and digest mode. Getting us ready for our practice this morning. Feeling the body becoming a little bit heavier. And that breath becomes a little bit longer. And then as we take that next in-breath, let's take a big circle up. Reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, just bring the hands forward, place them onto the knees and just push the belly back again, just rounding through those shoulders a little bit. Just taking a little bit of a lean back. Beautiful. And again, come up, reset, sit nice and tall. Let's do that again. Nice big circle. Reach the arms up to the sky, lengthen. As you exhale, hands just come down onto the knees and we start to round through the shoulders, rounding through the back. Taking that little lean back, tucking chin to chest. Lovely. And again, just sit up nice and tall. Take this little reset. Nice big breath in, arms up to the sky. And again, as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the knees and round through those shoulders. Take that nice little squeeze, lifting that navel back to the spine. Lovely. And again, let's reset, sitting nice and tall. Coming to twist your left hand to the right knee, taking a little turn as we look back towards the back of the room. Beautiful. Let's come back to centre, bring it through to the other side. And again, as you inhale, let's come back to centre. It's going to turn the body over this right knee. We're going to slide forwards a little bit. So just starting to open up across the hips. Maybe your left hand comes a little bit further up than that right hand. Just pushing this left hip down towards the floor, so creating a little bit of space. Lovely. As we inhale, let's come back to centre and just come over to the other side. So sliding over that left leg. You may find you're not coming down as far this side, maybe it's a little bit more open. And again, perhaps those right fingers are going a little bit further away than the left. Beautiful. Let's inhale, coming up nice and tall. And let's just pick this right foot up. Sole of the foot stays flexed. We're just taking it into that right hand. Just give it a little bit of a rock or a little bit of circle. Already starting to create a little bit of space in these hips. Shoulders are nice and soft. Lovely. Let's bring it through the other side. A few little circles the other way. And then we're going to take this foot out into the right corner of the mat. Just place the sole of that left foot nice and tightly up towards the top of that thigh. And we're going to take a little slide down. Maybe binding around the big toes, letting that forearm rest onto the leg. As we inhale, lift this arm up to the sky. Just a nice little stretch up, reaching up and away with the fingers. Big breath in as we exhale. Maybe we're coming over a little bit deeper into this side bend. Still rolling this left shoulder up and back. Lovely. And then let's place this right hand, left hand, down to the floor. Right arm comes up, lengthen this leg a little bit. We can keep it here or we can just take a little bit of a push up. Just pushing those hips up towards the sky, looking up to the fingers. Lovely. And again, as we exhale, coming back down. Bring your right leg back in and let's pick this left one up. So again, just that little bit of a circle out, maybe a little rock forwards and backwards, whatever feels good. We're still sitting tall, nice long spine, pressing into those sit bones. Lovely. A few more, maybe the other way. There we go, getting those clicks out, those little creaks. And then let's take this foot to the corner of the mat. Right foot tucks up a little bit and we're going to slide down again. Maybe making that little bind, maybe the hands just resting onto the shin. Forearm comes down and we're lifting this right arm up to the sky. Taking that little reach. Feel that expansion in the side of the body. Nice big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bring it over. And again, just reach up and away with those fingers. Still rolling this right shoulder up and back. So we're getting this lovely expansion across the chest. Beautiful. And then we're going to place that hand back to the floor. Starting to lift the left arm up. Just pointing the toes of that left foot. Keep it here. But we just take this little push up. Again, just opening up a little bit deeper into the body. Beautiful. As we exhale, we're going to come back down. But just bringing that left leg forwards again. And let's take a little slide out. Just reaching the fingers out and away. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat. Maybe it's not quite there. Maybe you want to take a little rock from side to side. Just creating a little bit of space again across those hips. Beautiful. Lovely. As we inhale, we're going to round up. Again, let's sit nice and tall. Take that big breath in. Big circle, arms up to the sky. As we exhale, hands are coming back to Anjali Mudra. Nice big breath in. And then let's bring ourselves over into tabletop. So just coming into all fours. Hands in line with the shoulders. Knees in line with the hips. Going to take your right arm out in front of you, left leg just reaches out behind you. So just coming into a little bit of a balance, a little bit of a bird dog, stretching away through the fingers and toes. Beautiful. Let's place this right hand down to the floor. Shift the weight onto the left, or right knee rather, and we're just going to reach this left arm up to the sky. Left toes again, lengthen away, little balance. If you want to pop your left foot to the floor for support, you can. Beautiful. And then let's just come back down, hand to floor, knee to floor. Round up here through cat stretch. Lift that navel nice and high, tuck the chin to chest. Exhale and let's soften. Belly drops down to the floor, gaze comes forwards. Beautiful. We're coming back to neutral spine. Taking our little bird dog on the other side. So your left arm comes out in front, right leg extends, and again, we're just reaching away, reaching through the fingers and toes, testing that balance. As we exhale, your left hand comes to floor. Shift the weight to that left knee. Woo, and again, we try and lift this right arm up in line with the shoulder. Right leg's extended, or again, you can pop the toes to the floor if you need to. Lovely. And we're going to exhale, hand to floor, knee comes back down. Let's round back through cat. Exhaling again, down to cow. Bring that gaze forwards. Lovely. So again, back to neutral spine. Right arm extends, left leg extends. And this time we're just going to bend that left knee. Let's reach back with that right hand. Grab hold of the foot if you can. If you're not quite there, don't worry, just reach towards it. Point the toes up to the sky, little quad stretch here. Lovely. And we're going to place this right hand back to the floor. Left foot just comes up to the outside edge of that left hand. And we're going to twist. Bring this left arm up to the sky. So we're still a little bit upright, still a little bit stacked. Shoulders in line with the hips. Beautiful. Then as you exhale, bring this left hand down inside of that foot. Slide the right leg out and away. So starting to get a little bit deeper now into those hips. You can bring your left hand to the inside of that left knee. And we're just pushing it away a little bit. Starting to take a little bit of a twist, opening up across that chest. Lovely. Let's just hang here, a couple of breaths. Letting those hips drop down a little bit, creating a little bit of space. Beautiful. And then let's come back, hand to floor. Bring that knee back in line. So your right arm comes out, left leg comes out. No, it doesn't. Other side. Left arm, right leg. Take that little reach away. And again, we're going to bend down, bending that knee, grabbing hold of the foot if we get it there. Just taking that little push up towards the sky, getting into that quad, that hip. Beautiful. We're going to bring that left hand back to floor. Right hand steps to the outside edge of that right foot. And then we're lifting this right arm back up to the sky. Again, a little bit stacked. So knees in line with ankle, and your shoulders in line with that back hip. Beautiful. And then again, we're bringing this hand down, sliding that left leg a little bit further back, and maybe that right leg creeps forwards a little bit, creating a little bit more space. Right hand to right knee as we twist. Drop the hips down, just looking towards that right leg. Beautiful. We're going to come back to center, hands to floor, bring the knee back. Take the big toes together and just start to take the knees a little bit wide. And we're going to pop down. So child's pose, or maybe your chest and chin comes to the floor. Just take a little moment to soften. So letting those hips start to open up a little bit. Maybe you want to just take a little bit of a rock again from side to side. Hips are coming down towards the heels. Just that little bit of movement. Working with the breath. Lovely. And again, let's round back through cat. Hands come back in line, knees come back in line. Nice big squeeze of that belly. As you exhale, we're going to drop chest forwards, belly down towards the floor. Lovely. And then let's take a little slide, fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Coming all the way down, let the forearms come down, let the chest come down as we breathe in, lifting up and into Sphinx. So that little baby back bend. Lovely. Just squeezing up that belly, drop the shoulders, chest is nice and open. Let's inhale to lift the chin just slightly up towards the sky. Probably won't come up too far. As you exhale, we're going to tuck the chin back into the chest. Lovely. And again, just doing 2 more. Breathing in, chin comes up to sky. Just exploring that space across the back of the neck. Beautiful. As you exhale, tuck the chin to chest. Lovely. And again, let's breathe in, chin comes up to sky. Exhale, tuck that chin into the chest. Lovely. Let's release, chest back down to the floor, hands in line with the shoulders. Give yourself that little push back up and onto the knees. We're going to tuck the toes, soft little bend in the knees, bringing yourself into your first down dog. And just checking it out here, seeing how it feels. Back to the legs, noticing that tightness, that tension, maybe starting to take that little bit of a pedal, that little bit of movement, creating that little bit of space, just opening ourselves up a little bit, checking in to see where we're tight. Is it around the shoulders? Is it the backs of the legs? Do we want to pedal out? Do we want a little bit of stillness? Making sure the hands are pressing down into the mat, pretty much onto the base of the hands, and we're pushing the hips a little bit higher. Our downward dog is a little bit of a pyramid. So imagining that your hands and feet at the base of the pyramid and the bottom pokes up towards the sky. Beautiful. Let's take a nice big breath in, come to the tiptoes and just shift the body weight forwards through to plank. We're going to drop the knees. And again, just let that chest come down to the floor. Bringing yourself back to Sphinx if that feels good. Or we take a little cobra now. Press into the hands. Lift the chest, elbows draw into the ribs, and we're coming up a little bit higher in our back bend. Beautiful. Let's take a little turn this time. Look over that right shoulder. Come back to centre, over to the left. Lovely. And again, come back to centre. Look over the right shoulder. Back to centre and over to the left. Lovely. And again, over the right shoulder. Back to centre, over to the left. And just come back to the centre. We're going to come back to dog. So coming through the knees, or maybe this time tucking the toes. Lifting those hips nice and high. And let's take this right leg up to the sky. So nice little soft 3-legged dog. Doesn't have to come up very high. Starting to open again, a little bit into the hips. Let the right leg come a little bit behind you. And then we're going to place that right foot back to the floor. Inhale to come to the tiptoes. We're going to turn the heels towards the right side of the mat. So just press them down and push the hips out towards the side of the room. Beautiful. And again, we're coming back. Heels just pressing back down into the floor, taking a moment to pedal again if that feels good, or maybe a little moment of stillness. Maybe a few rounds here with that Ujjayi breath, switching that little constriction on again, that nice big deep breath. Beautiful. And again, we're going to lift left leg up to the sky. Find that little 3-legged dog. Again, it doesn't have to be very far. Still warming up, just starting to open into that hip a little bit. And then we're just shifting the weight slightly towards that right foot. Left leg pulls out towards the right side of the mat. And then again, let's place those feet both back to floor. Come to the tiptoes, turn the heels to that left side, placing them back down and just taking that little bit of a push away. Lovely, we're coming back, feet to floor. Let's take a little look up to the top of the mat. Step up with that right foot and just come onto the fingertips, letting the hips just drop down. Chest is nice and open, heart centers forwards, breathe in. As we exhale, hands come to floor. We're going to step back to down dog. And we're going to do it on the other side. So left foot steps through, knee in line with the ankle, come to the fingertips, drop those hips. Beautiful. And again, we're going to come back to down dog. Right foot again steps up between the hands, taking a little twist this time. Knees still in line with ankle. We're going to lift this right arm up to the sky. And then we're going to pop that hand down, back to dog. Left foot comes up between the hands and we bring it through to the other side. Left arm lifts. Sorry guys, am I going a bit quick this morning? Beautiful. And let's bring this hand down. Let's take a little step up. Bring that right foot up to the top of the mat. And let's take this little fold in Uttanasana. So knees can be nice and soft, nice and bent. Maybe your chest is pressing onto those thighs. Perhaps you're grabbing the elbows and just taking a little twist out, a little rock from side to side. Maybe that feels nice. Beautiful. And as we inhale, we're going to roll up. Keep that chin tucked into the chest. Keep the shoulders a little bit soft. Head comes up last. And then let's give these shoulders a little bit of a circle out. So just lifting them up and back. And then let's bring them forwards. Lovely. Just taking a nice few breaths. Beautiful. Okay, so let's inhale, arms up to the sky. Grab hold of the fingers, interlace them. Just make a little yogi gun, little Kali mudra. Let's take a little side bend over to the right. And then come back to centre, over to the left. Beautiful. Little lift, interlace the hands, turn the palms up to the sky, lengthening away. And as we exhale, just bring the hands down in front of you, just in front of the chest, a little bit of a push. Lovely. Hands are coming back down by the sides of the body. Let's roll down, tuck the chin into the chest. Again, hands coming down, trailing those legs, bending the knees as much as you need to so we can pop those palms flat to the floor. We're going to inhale here to lift. Fingertips to mat. Maybe the hands are coming to the shins. Maybe you want to bend the knees and take the hands onto the thighs. A little bit softer there if you're still tight this morning. Beautiful. As we exhale, we're going to fold back down, nose back to knees, back into this little forward bend. And then we're going to take a step back. Bring your right foot nice and long to the back of the mat. Just anchor that heel to the floor. As we inhale, we're going to windmill the arms up and over the head. Let's come to warrior two. Beautiful. So looking through this front middle finger, arms are nice and aligned and soft, dropped away from the shoulders, front knees align with the ankle, and this thigh is parallel to the floor. Push the weight to the outside edges of those feet, so we've got this nice opening up across those hips. Lovely. Let's pause, soften down a little bit more. Beautiful. We're going to turn the palms up to the sky. Start to straighten into that front leg. Just giving a little reach up and away with those fingers. As we exhale, we're sinking back down. Come back to warrior two. And just doing that again. Turn the palms, straighten into the front leg. Reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, sink nice and low. Come back to warrior two. Can we go a little bit deeper? Lovely. And again, let's inhale, turn the palms. Hands come up to the sky. Exhale, back to warrior two. Lovely. And then we're going to turn this front palm up towards the sky. Coming into a little reverse warrior. Let your back hand rest onto that leg. Arm reaches up and over the head. Again, getting this lovely expansion into the side of the body. You can always keep this hand up in line with the shoulder. Otherwise, we just drop a little bit more. Let the hand come over the head. Breathe. Lovely. Let's take it back to warrior two. Finding a little Parsvakonasana. Bend that forearm. Let it rest onto that knee. We're going to reach this right arm up and over the head. So just getting that nice, again, expansion into the side body. Imagine a little bit of space coming into those ribs. Beautiful. We're going to bring the hands to heart center as we do this. Hop up onto those back toes and just sink down a little bit deeper. Drop the shoulders, spine is nice and long. As you exhale, we're going to come down just a little bit more so we can twist your left, or right, sorry, elbow over the top of that left thigh, left knee, press into the hands, turning to look towards the back of the room. Lovely, guys. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands back to heart center and then take them flat to the floor. We're going to step back here into down dog. Nice big breath in. You can stay here or we're going to rock forwards. Ooh, to plank. Can't rock forwards when you've got your hands on your ponytail. Shift it back. And again, 2 more. Little rock forwards through to plank. Exhale. Back to down dog. And 1 more. Let's take this little rock forwards. Exhale. Back to down dog. We're going to lift this right leg back up for a 3-legged dog. And again, we're going to twist. Bend that right knee. Turn. Look under that right shoulder. Lovely. Leg comes back up to the sky. And then we're going to bring it all the way through. Step it to the outside edge of that right hand. And as we inhale, we're opening this right arm back up to the sky. You can stay here or we're going to bring it down, wrap it around the back. Opening up that shoulder, just looking up towards the sky. Beautiful. Let's place this hand back to the inside of that right foot. Stepping up with your left foot. And let's come down, take a little sink down into our Hindi squat, coming into a little Anjali Mudra. Lovely. Just taking a moment to breathe. You may want to rock here from side to side if that feels good. Little rock out across those hips. Again, just creating that little bit more space. Beautiful. Let's pop the bottom down to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together. Coming into Baddha Konasana. Giving those knees just a little bit of a lift up and down. Little butterfly wings. Lovely. As we exhale, we're going to hinge forwards. Elbows just coming on towards those legs or pushing down, giving us a little bit more space. Lengthening through the spine, nice long back. Keep squeezing in that belly. Taking those nice big breaths. Beautiful. And then we're going to draw the knees together. Taking a little roll down. Let's roll both knees up and into the chest. And then as you inhale, draw that right knee in. Curl the head and shoulders off the floor. Float that left leg away. Nice long point of the toes. Nice long leg. And then we're going to switch sides. So your left leg comes in, right leg extends. And again, just point the toes. Take that nice breath. Let's just keep this going, a few little rounds. Right leg comes in, left leg extends. Drawing that leg a little bit closer in towards the chest if you've got space to do so. Switching sides. Let's go for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lovely. Both knees again come into chest. We're staying up if we can for that little curl. Nose towards the knees. And then you're going to take a little crossover at the ankles. Grab hold the sides of the feet. Give yourself a little rock up. And then we're going to step back into a little plank position. Dropping the knees. Take a little pause back into child's pose. Keep the arms up and over the head. Utthita Balasana. Nice little stretch out here across those shoulders. Let's take a breath in, come to fingertips, look to the top of the mat, lengthen those arms. As you exhale, release back down. Beautiful. And again, inhale, lengthen, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, release. 1 more, breathe in. Beautiful. Exhale, release. We're going to round back up through cat stretch. Tucking the toes, hips nice and high. Come back to down dog. Feet step together if you want to take a little jump. Otherwise, it's right foot followed by left. If you're jumping, bend the knees. Squeeze the belly. Little hop. Let's stay in this forward fold. Again, you might want to pedal.
You might want to push into the sit bones, send them up to the sky, finding a little bit more space. Maybe you want to wrap the arms around the legs a little bit, pull yourself in a little bit deeper. Just a little moment to breathe. Lovely, and again we're going to roll up, come all the way up to stand. Head comes up last and we're circling back through those shoulders, that little bit of movement. Beautiful, come forwards, a few the other way. And let's just come back to a little mountain pose, just taking a little pause, grab a drink if you want to, and then we'll do it all again on the other side. Lovely. So again, let's just take this little pause, taking that nice big breath in, arms come up to the sky, interlacing the fingers, little side bend over to the left. Lovely, coming back to centre, over to the right. Beautiful, back to centre. Exhaling, bringing the arms all the way down. And again, we're going to tuck the chin into chest, round through the shoulders, coming all the way back down to the floor. As we inhale, come through to lengthening pose. So again, fingertips to mat, palms to shins. You may want to take this little pedal, dropping the knees from side to side again, whatever feels good. As we exhale, we're folding back down, nose back towards the knees in Uttanasana. Left foot steps nice and long to the back of the mat. And again, let's wiggle those arms up and over the head. Come back to warrior two. Beautiful. So arms are in line with the shoulders. Take a look behind for me. Make sure your back arm is in line with that front arm. Legs are nice and strong. Weight pushes to the little toes. We've got this beautiful expansion across the hips. Tailbone presses down and that spine is nice and long. Gazing through your front middle finger. Breathe. Nice strong warrior. Beautiful. So again, we're going to turn this front palm up towards the sky, back palm, and then we're going to straighten into that front leg, reaching the arms up and over the head. As we exhale, we sink back down, back to warrior two. A little bit more space if we can. 2 more times. Breathe in. Exhale, sink. Beautiful. One more. Breathe in. Exhale, sink. We're going to stay here, just pausing again, finding that little bit more space. Front palm turns to the sky and then we lift back to our reverse warrior. So again, maybe your right arm is just up in line with the shoulder. If that's where we're at today, you can keep it there. Otherwise, we're going to sink a little bit more. So if we can bring the hand over the head, creating that little bit more space. Left hand just lightly rests onto the back of that leg. Lovely. Taking it through, little pause at warrior two, little reset, and then we're going to bring it through to that Parshvakonasana. So forearm rests onto the shin. This top arm lifts up to the sky. It's in line with the ear if we can get it there. Shooting up and away with those fingertips. Again, expanding through the side of the body, getting that lovely little bit of space. Breathe. Lovely, guys. Whoops, nearly fell there myself. Beautiful. So we're just going to come back. And again, we're going to bring the hands through to heart center, hopping up on those back toes and just sinking down a little bit more if we can. Getting ready for that twist. Inhale. As we exhale, elbow comes over the top of that leg and we drop. A little bit deeper into those hips. If you want to put your back knee to the floor, you can. Just rolling this top shoulder up and back, turning to look towards the back of the room. Lovely. Then we're going to come back, hands to heart center. Ooh, bringing them down to frame this front foot. Step back to down dog. Just taking that little pause again, a little moment to breathe. Going to lift this left leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog, and again we're just going to take this little bit of a twist. Bend the knee, looking underneath this left shoulder. Twisting, beautiful. And then let's lift that leg back up to the sky. Look up towards the top of the mat. Footsteps up to the outside edge of that left hand. And then we lift that left arm up to the sky. Keeping it there, or we're going to bring it down, wrap it around the back, roll that top shoulder up and back, a little bit deeper. Beautiful. And then the hands coming back down inside of that foot. Step your right foot up, and let's come back down into this nice little Malasana. Lovely. So again, maybe you want to take this little rock from side to side. Maybe we take a little bit of a twist now. Right hand comes down to the floor, fingers towards this left heel, and then we're going to open that left arm out behind us. Lovely. Let's bring it back. Switching sides. Lovely. And again, come back to centre. Nice big breath in. We're going to drop the bottom back down to the floor, back into our Baddha Konasana. Maybe your heels are a little bit closer up towards those thighs now. Take that breath in, lengthen. As we exhale, maybe we're hinging forwards a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Drop the shoulders, nice long spine. Breathe. Beautiful. Let's come back up, sitting tall. Knees are coming back in line, and again we're going to take this little roll down. Just rolling back down, hugging those knees into the chest. Let's inhale, nose to knees, take that little squeeze in. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the arms just out over the head. See if you can just lengthen those legs away from you a little bit more. Inhaling again, right knee comes to chest. And then we switch sides, so a little bit stronger. Just letting the arms come up and over the head, and then hugging that knee to chest. Getting a little bit of core work in here as we slow it down. Let's just do one more. Finishing on that left. Lovely. And then bring that right knee back in, cross over again at the ankles. Give yourself that little reach up, little sit up. Hands come to the floor. And this time you can just rock up, maybe jump back to plank if you've got a little bit more energy this morning. Well done, lovely guys. We're going to inhale up, back and into this downward facing dog. Again, you can pedal, you can be still, whatever feels good. And then we're going to bring the feet back together, touching. If you want to take that little jump, bend the knees, pull the belly in, otherwise it's left foot followed by that right. Let's inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center, back to Tadasana. Lovely. So, little balance, a little bit of movement with it this morning as well. Let's breathe in, arms up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hands to heart center. We're going to bring this right knee up and into chest. Beautiful. So again, just working with the hips. Let's take that knee out. Just bring it behind you a little bit, and then we're floating it back up to the chest. Two more on this side. Circle it out and away. We're nice and upright still, shoulders are soft. And again, circle it round. Bring it back up. Let's twist. Left hand, outside edge of that right knee. And just start to bring that right arm out behind you. Just take a little turn, a little look towards the back of the room if you can. And then we're going to come back to centre. Foot comes down to the floor, little reset. And then we'll do it on the other side. So again, breathe in. Arms up to the sky, hands to prayer. Bring that left knee up. And then we're going to circle it out and around. Just circling that hip.
Soft little bend in this standing knee. Keep squeezing in the belly. We're doing this once more. If you need to tap that foot down, you can. Bring it back up and in to the chest. And again, we're going to twist. Hand to the outside edge of that knee. Maybe you want to keep the gaze forwards a little bit. Maybe we can turn and look over that back shoulder. Lovely. Coming back to centre, foot to floor. If you're not at the top of the mat, just come back up there for me. Now, yogi's choice. You can stay here. Close the eyes, a few soft little rounds of breath in Tadasana. Otherwise, we're going to take a little vinyasa. We're going to inhale, arms to sky. So we exhale, we soften and fold. Swan dive down, nose to knees. Inhale for lengthening posture. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank. Knees come down, or we Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows hover, and then we lift up to back bend. Sphinx Cobra, maybe up dog. Breathe in, let's come back into down dog. Feet together if you're going to jump, right foot followed by left. If you're going to step, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, back to mountain pose. Lovely. So we're coming back to those hip circles, but just adding on a little bit more, so a little bit more of a challenge. Again, press down through the feet, inhale, arms up to the sky, left foot presses down to the mat, and we draw this right knee up and into chest. Ooh, she says, putting it to the floor. So this time we're going to circle out, and then we're going to hinge forwards. Point the toes up behind you, and then we bring it back. Remember, if you've got, tap that foot to floor, little reset you can. 2 more, breathe in, circle it out. Hinging forward, soft little bend in that standing leg, toe points to the corner, and then we lift it back up. Lovely, 1 more, circle it out, nice and slow, control, squeeze the belly, a little kick out, and then we're going to bring it back. Beautiful. So option again to twist, maybe this time reach down, binding around the big toe, and then we turn and twist from there. If not, knee stays into the chest. Lovely, let's come back. Foot to floor, hands to heart center. Getting ready to do it on the other side. Inhale, arms up to sky. Exhale, weight into that right foot. Left knee draws up and in. Get your balance first. Squeeze the belly. We're going to circle. Seeing if we can take this little hinge forwards. Just keep the gaze to floor. Something that's not moving. That will help with your balance. We inhale. We bring it back up, knee to chest. Again, 2 more. Remember, if you need to tap the foot down, go for it. It's not that you're not doing it properly. It's just that you're modifying. Remember, we leave that ego behind. Come up. Beautiful. 1 more. Circle it out. Woo, starts to get a little bit wobbly on number 3. Toes come up to the sky. And then we bring it back up into the chest. Lovely. Getting ready for that twist. Maybe that bind around the big toe. Lengthening the leg, and then we twist. We turn. We breathe. Ooh. Beautiful. Let's draw it back in. Hands to heart center, leg back to the floor. Back up to the top of the mat if you're not there. Tadasana, a little breath in mountain pose. Or again, we're coming back for a vinyasa. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, nose to knees, forward fold. We inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Soften the knees, step or jump. Back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees straight down. Inhaling up to your back bend. Up dog cobra, maybe sphinx. Inhaling to come back. Feet together for a little jump. Otherwise, left foot followed by right. Bend the knees. Little hop. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Close it down. Pausing in that mountain pose.
Lovely. And then let's just step one foot behind the other, bending at the knees, bring yourself down to the floor. Legs nice and long out in front of you. Let's have a beautiful little twist. Right knee's coming up and into the chest. A little bit soft to start. Let's just hug this left elbow around that right knee. Fingers come to the floor and we just use that leg, little levers just to draw us around a little bit deeper. Lovely, we're going to release back to centre. Now we're going to slide this right knee pretty much on top of the left as much as we can. Side of the foot comes down to the floor. We sit nice and tall. Let's breathe in. Arms up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to hinge forwards, reaching forwards with those hands. Maybe we take the hands over the sole of that foot and then we fold the body down over this leg. Now, if you're pulling in the sole of this foot, it's a little bit of a owl stretch. It's quite an intense stretch, but it should feel quite nice at the same time. Getting this lovely stretch out the back of this left leg. Maybe you're letting your chin rest onto that right knee, so putting a little bit more load into it. Drop the shoulders, release the jaw, breathe. Beautiful. We're going to inhale to come up, and then we're going to take the sole of this right foot back down to the floor. Left leg stays where it is. Left arm comes up to the sky, and we deepen into this twist by hooking that elbow now over the top of that leg. Maybe you want to bring the fingertips down towards the floor. And again, we just open up a little bit deeper, turning to look towards the back of the room. Lovely, let's release, come back to centre, extend that leg. Take a nice breath in, both arms up to the sky. Exhaling, let's hinge forwards, binding again around those big toes. Forearms can rest onto the shins, maybe they come down to the floor, maybe we're folding nice and deeply over these legs. Just that little pause in Paschimottanasana, a few breaths. Lovely, we're going to inhale. Again, sit nice and tall. Keep a little bind on those toes just for a moment. Nice long arms. Lovely. And then we're going to release. So your left knee comes up. We're going to step it over and across. Hugging that elbow round that leg. Taking that twist. Keeping your right foot nice and long, flexed. Beautiful. As we exhale, coming back to centre, knee slides on top of that right leg if we can get it there. And then as we inhale, we're going to reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, coming forwards. Again, if we can, we take the hands over the front of that leg. Maybe they want to come underneath and we soften the knee a little bit. Just working in a way that feels nice and mindful. Getting this lovely stretch, drop the shoulders, breathe. Just a little pause, little let go. Lovely. Again, let's inhale, come up. Taking the sole of that foot back to the floor as we bring this right arm up to the sky, bending at the elbow, hooking it over. Little bit stronger now in this twist. Still staying on those sit bones, turning, looking towards the side of the room. Beautiful. And then let's release. Leg comes out nice and long. Take that breath in, arms up to the sky. Let's finish back in Paschimottanasana. I didn't even realise it was 10:25. Let's soften down. Again, just breathing, stretching out the backs of those legs, lengthening through the spine, lifting that navel up and in, compressing the belly. Lovely little finish. And then let's sit nice and tall, taking that little roll down, bending the knees if you need to, coming all the way back down to the floor. Let's hug the knees back up and into the chest. Inhale to curl up, nose to knees, coming into this Sapanasana. Exhale and release. Let's just do 2 more. Nice big breath in. Curl up, lifting that navel back to spine, squeeze the belly. And release. Lovely. 1 more. Nice little squeeze, little curl up, nose to knees, everything in that tight little ball. And again, release. Place the feet flat to the floor, staying there if you want to. If the back feels a little bit tight, keep the knees bent. Otherwise, lengthen the legs, nice and long, sending them out into the corners of the mat. And just releasing, just letting go. Letting the body become nice and heavy. Letting it absorb the effects of its practice this morning. Being aware of the rise of the body as we take that beautiful in-breath. Body just gently lifts up towards the sky. Fall of the body as you exhale. Just let it rest back down into the mat. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Just letting go of any last little bits of remaining tightness, tension. Allowing the body to just release, to soften and surrender. Just noticing how we're feeling. Making a little commitment to keep this feeling with you for the rest of the day as we begin our Tuesday. Whatever it is you may be doing. And taking a nice big deep in-breath, a slow steady out-breath. Starting to bring some movement back to the fingers and the toes. And when you're ready, taking that nice big body stretch, reaching the arms up and over the head. As you exhale, hugging the knees back into the chest. Give yourself that little rock from side to side. Little massage out across that lower spine. And when you're ready to do so, rolling to one side or rocking back up to Sukhasana. Coming back to that nice little easy seated posture. Lovely. Let's take this nice big breath in. Big circle, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhaling, hands back to heart center. Thanking yourself for making time to practice today.
Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We all good. So that was completely different to what I had planned. I had something really, really energetic planned. Isn't it funny? I just logged on this morning and I thought, yeah, their energy's not there today. So yeah, compared to what we was going to do, you got a nice little soft one this morning.
Thank
Sarah, it
goodness.
looks lovely in your garden. Every time I looked up, because your blue yoga mat, it looked like you was practicing by a swimming pool. Just looked like the blue yoga mat was a pool, and I could see the lovely blue sky behind, and it was a bit like, oh, she looks like she's on a retreat. It was gorgeous. Was you cold or was you all right? Oh, your microphone's off, darling. I can see her mouth moving, but no sound.
Thanks, Lisa. It's really good.
You're welcome, Sally.
My iPad got too hot.
Oh, did it? Goodness,
So I had to run in and get my phone.
Oh, that's a surprise. Is it quite warm out there? I thought it was cold.
Yeah, I obviously had it positioned and the sun was facing the screen
Yeah.
and it said emergency, too hot. So I had to run in and grab my phone and change position.
Oh, maybe there's a little sun trap in your garden. I might be able
It's
to get
beautiful
out
now, though.
a bit today. I was bored yesterday, the first day for like 2 weeks of being indoors on my own. And I was a little bit like, okay, what do I do with myself today? It was a little bit like that. It's quite sad, isn't it? And I've got the same again today. Kids are out, husband's out.
Oh
And the
yeah,
thing
they're
is,
back
when
at
I get
school.
bored, I play around, don't I?
Gardening.
I find new moves and things. Yeah.
Lovely.
Good.
Enjoy.
We need some sunshine, don't we? I need some hot weather to sit in the garden and read my book. That would be lovely. Okay, my darlings. Enjoy your day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see
Thank
you.
you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye, loves.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome, my
Bye.
darling. Bye.